Dia Div, agus Valchigo di Terra IncogWeirdo Mokarjas. Hello and welcome to Terra IncogWeirdo, my friends, and another edition of Tarot IncogWeirdo. Okay, we've got a situation in the house, the Terra IncogWeirdo house. Some very important core IncogWeirdos have sent me in some questions regarding Dezi Freeman, who you all may have heard about. He's been in the news for the past few days. So this is a case that's coming out of Australia in the area of Porepunkah. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So, Porepunkah police shooting on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Police went to a property in rural Victoria, Australia to execute a search warrant relating to historical sex offenses. 2 officers were shot dead and a third was wounded. Freeman fled into the bushlands with the police's stolen weapons. Sovereign citizen. Dezi Freeman is a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen. Media reports indicate that Freeman identifies with the sovereign citizen movement, which believes members are immune from government laws. According to these reports, his views intensified during the COVID-19 pandemic, during which he rejected masks, vaccines, and government regulations. As of Saturday, August 30th, a large-scale manhunt is underway involving heavily armed police with reports of unconfirmed sightings. Authorities warned that Freeman is extremely dangerous. My information says that there's over 450 police officers on the ground searching for Freeman right now. So the question has come in from interested IncogWeirdo parties, and they want to know where Dezi is. So they wanted to know, is he alive? If so, where is he? And is anyone with him? So we're going to start with, if you, Dezi, are you alive? All right. So let's see what the cards have to say. Are you alive, Dezi? Dezi, are you still alive? And I believe that the thought process regarding this question is that it is winter in Australia, and he fled into the some mountainous regions, and I know there's indications of a snowstorm coming and all kinds of problems with the weather. So I think that's the concern, that perhaps he succumbed to hypothermia. However, he is an experienced bushman, so it would seem unlikely, but let's find out. Dezi, are you still alive? Let's see. I'm going to lay down all the cards first, and then I'm going to read. Fire. Interesting. I did another video about Dezi that's going to be unpublished, but this was the first card that came up in the other reading, and it means burning bridges. He burned all of his bridges by this act, and he's now left the bounds of society, and he was living on the fringe, but now he's reached that point of no return. Reason for asking. Okay. Horus upside down means like anti-family. So the reason for asking is, well, he completely destroyed his family by doing this. Apparently, there was just some indications of bad things going on in the house, and his family was apparently oppressed by his beliefs. Factors to be considered: we have Uraeus upright. I'm going to lay the rest of these down before I continue reading. Solution, advice, comment giving is Ankh, and the outcome is Isis. So we asked if he was alive and factors to be considered. This indicates his Bushman skills. So Dezi's got the skills to stay alive, perhaps for the rest of his natural life out there. And solution, advice, or comment given is Ankh, and it means life. So very clearly and unambiguously, Dezi is alive, and the outcome is Isis reversed, which let's see, let's get a specific let's see. Well, this definitely indicates being a bad parent, which is very much from some personal information that I cannot share. I know this is true. He has made some very questionable judgments regarding his family and his children. But I think, this is saying somebody lacks concern in general, but what it can be indicating is that he has confided in or has taken refuge with someone who is sympathetic to his viewpoints and sympathetic to him. So that's what that is indicating. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second so that I can put the cards back together, because we know he's alive. So let's see if we can find out where he is. And well, this indicates he might be with someone, so let's definitely ask that question. So hang on a second while I put the cards back into order. All right, I think given what we saw in that last reading, we're going to ask next if he's with anyone, because it indicates that he has he may be playing on the sympathies or he's with somebody who sympathizes with him. So let's see, is Dezi out there in the bush alone, or does he have is someone with him, one or more people with him, accomplices? I'm not saying they're accomplices to the crime they're alleging that Dezi committed, and we have to call it alleged until he's been convicted. I believe that's the way it rolls. But is Dezi with anyone? Okay, out there in the bush. Is Dezi with anybody? Okay. Dezi, are you with anyone? Uraeus separated itself from the deck, so I'm just going to hold it over here. Uraeus means wisdom, honesty, and sagacity. Okay, so Dezi, are you with anyone? Nature of the question is the act of violence that he's committed. The reason for asking, the reading that I did that will not be published indicated that he has gone on essentially walkabout. This card means navigation through troubled water, so my thought was that he wouldn't be staying in one place and that he's moving around, and that's what this is indicating. Factors to be considered. Okay, this is indicating a male who has a lot of knowledge, and I know this is, indicating bushcraft. So we asked, is he with anyone? And I'm going to see what the other two cards says, but this is potentially indicating that he is with another man who is similar to him, has similar ideologies, and at least one other man, and similar bush skills. solution, advice, comment given. Okay, so water upside down. The previous reading I had indicated that perhaps he was hiding somewhere where he had to make a difficult water crossing to get there, which would give him some additional safety. But we're asking about we're asking about if another person is with him. Solution, advice, or comment given. Well, this could be describing the person. There are those people who become emotional about so-called holy things as soon as somebody presses the right button, but who conveniently forget what it is all about after they've left church, the meeting place, or the rally ground. This is water spiritually reversed. This person could also be described as a person who has poor me syndrome. Also a very immature person, unstable person who finds security only through others, and it's a like attract like situation. So again, this is describing a person who holds, a man who holds the same viewpoints as Dezi, and again the indication of a rough water crossing is indicated here, which came up in the other reading I did about where he was. So the outcome is fire. Okay, so this like you saw was nature of the question in the last one, but this means burning bridges for good or for ill, and this person that's with him is almost like a carbon copy of him in terms of ideology, and this person also, by their acts of accompanying Dezi or assisting him, has also burned their own bridges. Let this perhaps, okay, so maybe your ass jumped out of the deck because this just popped into my mind, okay? This is 100% intuition, but perhaps this person has snake tattoos. I don't know why I thought that, but just when I saw your ass sitting there, it popped into my mind, so I think it bears saying this person may have snake tattoos or some kind of, like, they might keep snakes, they might be somebody who likes snakes, okay? All right. And I'd like this card to give me some indicators, describe this person. Nephthys is hidden. Well, okay. This just means this means it's a close friend, okay? So a male, a close friend, same ideologies as Dezi, and potentially has something to do with snakes or has snake tattoos. Okay, so that's the person that is with Dezi. And is there any? No, I don't think there's. Yeah, I don't think there's more. I think it's two people. Yep, Dezi and one other. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna do a reading, try to find out where they are. If they're still together, they could be, like, this person could be supplying Dezi with food and who knows, blankets and stuff, ammunition. You never know. So I'm gonna pause one more time, put the cards back together, and come back, and we will do a reading and ask where Dezi is. Okay, be right back. Okay, so we've already got the information that he's moving around. So I think maybe we'll ask if the people that are searching for him are going to find him since he's moving around. Where do they need to be looking for him? Where are the places that they should be looking for him? Now, the last reading that I did on this indicated that he may be in places where he has previously gone to try to live off the land, and there's the indication of rudimentary structures being built in these places, but it could also, okay, it was pyramid that came up, so that means rocks. So it could be some kind of rudimentary structure that he built, or it could be caves. And the previous reading indicated it was places where he had previously gone to try to figure out if he could live off the land. Okay, so I didn't want to touch the cards and interject that into here, but so we're asking a slightly different question than last time I asked, where is he? Now I'm asking, where does law enforcement, the people who are searching for him, where are they going to be the most likely to find him? Okay, where can they go? Where's their best chance of finding? Where do they go for their best chance to find him? Okay. Nature of the question. Okay, in this case, it means somebody's hiding. This literally means that which is hidden. But like I read it in the other reading, if you're wondering, all the cards have many different levels, and it also means close friend, confidant. It can mean sister. And it means this is the chalice of the hidden one, but its most basic meaning is that which is hidden. Okay, reason for asking is because of this configuration that Dezi has set off by his actions. Okay, this clearly defines his actions. It keeps coming up over and over again. Okay, factors to be considered where. Okay, ISIS. All right. I don't want to read this yet until I see what the other cards say. Solution, advice, comment given. Okay, that means movement, and the outcome. Wing disc. Okay, so I need to. Factors to be considered is ISIS. Where would they be most likely to find him? Okay, so Isis is the Divine Mother, the patron of mothers, and it also indicates compassion, caring, and nurturance. Now, what I'm wondering is, does Dezi know someone who fits this description, who lives off the grid? Because here I'm either getting that kind of person, or again, the place that he tried to nurture the land, and he tried previously to live off the grid. That it could be both. It could be that there's this woman that lives off the grid that he knows. He may have tried to make a go of a off the grid living situation with her or nearby her. So this could be indicating a woman, or simply the nurturing energy. So a woman who lives off the grid and has an off the grid farmstead or a location where Dezi himself has tried to set up an off-the-grid farmstead. Okay, solution, advice, or comment given is air, and as we suspected, he is moving around. Now, the outcome is winged disc, and the question was, where can the people who are looking for him go to find him? So let's see. Well, winged disc is the card of success, so that does indicate that he's going to be found. It's saying that law enforcement should rely upon the guidance of someone in this case who has who's older and wiser, somebody whose advice is very grounded, whose information is known to be trustworthy. Let's see. So I think that, okay, two words that jump out are home and dry, because this is a card of success. It says that no matter what the other cards say in the reading, that the inquirer will be home and dry no matter what. So what does that indicate? Well, it indicates to me that he may be a lot closer to home than one might expect. I would like some more, I need more, like, let's get some more descriptors or clues or hints about where this place is. Home and dry. So somewhere nearby his home where he can stay dry. So again, caves are coming up. Let's see what this says. Horus, family. So this woman, maybe this woman again. Okay. So I feel like the family, okay, this person or the place that he's at is a place that's known, it's known to family. He's talked about it before, and it's not that far from the house. Okay, and again, all right, it's a place where he tried to build something and it didn't come to fruition. So I strongly get the feeling that it was a place where he tried to off-grid homestead, not all that far from where he was when he fled into the bush, and that he has spoken about it with family before, and also a hazardous river crossing was indicated in the other readings that I did. So I feel like he had to cross a river, and I feel like he went up a mountainside would be my guess. How far from the original point? Okay, he's within 21 miles, or we'll say kilometers, of where he was last seen. Okay, so if you want to search for him, I know that police are searching a huge, ginormous area, but I think you're going to have more luck if you bring it in within a 20 to 21 kilometer radius of where he was last seen when he fled the incident. Okay, so that's going to be it, and hopefully this information will help locate Dezi. And I just want to send out prayers to the people who are dead as a result of this incident, and very much so their families and friends. I think I'm safe in saying that the world is, our heart is breaking for you and breaking with you, and we pray that that you will have justice for what has happened to you and your family. This is a terrible situation for everyone involved, so just sending out love and compassion all around. Okay, well, you guys, you know the dealio. If you have any stories or you have any readings that you would like me to do for you, don't do personal readings, but we do readings about missing people and paranormal subjects, the strange and unusual, and mysteries of history and things like that. If you have any stories about the paranormal, the strange and unusual, send all that stuff in to me at tarotincogweirdo@gmail.com, and I will make a video or do a reading for you. But I really want to thank you all for being here today, and let's just send our love and light to all those adversely affected by this case. Blessings to all. Thanks for being here today at Tarot IncogWeirdo, the land where para is normal. Bring your light, fly your freak flag high. I always have the worst time saying that. And we will see you next time. Did I say here on Tarot IncogWeirdo, the land where para is normal? I think I did. Okay. That's enough for now. Solango fall. We'll see you next time, beautiful IncogWeirdos. I love you.